Hello, Crystal Marks here of Love Crystal, and I'm so excited to share with you today a clean skincare regimen that is fast and inexpensive. So just a little background, and you can hop over to the blog, December 2015. If you're past this date, you can go back and check out the blog because I have a lot more information pertaining to skin than just is in this little tutorial. But I just want to let you know that my background is I had terrible hormonally caused cystic acne all throughout here, throughout my 20s. It was bad. Just inflamed and red and horrible. So this really is so exciting to share with you, and I hope that it helps you a ton because I did learn a lot about how what I was putting on my skin for skincare and for makeup really affected my hormones, which I didn't know, and was really messing with how my skin was handling all of that. You can learn more about that over at the blog. But I'm just going to go ahead and hop in and get started with the 3-step process. So the very first thing I want to show, this is what I cleanse my skin with every day. I don't know if anybody's familiar with a company called Norwex. This is what they call their body cloth, so it's basically their washcloth. What is amazing about this is I can wash my face with water. And because of these cloths they have a lot of other cleaning products too that are amazing and that I love. And most of them have what they have silver woven into the fabric, the fiber of the cloth. And silver is naturally anti-bac. So when I wash my skin, this washcloth cleanses my skin. It removes makeup easily. It does a slight exfoliation too. It's very gentle, and it also, because it's antibacterial, it's not moving bacteria around my face. So anybody who's struggling with the occasional breakout or acne full blown needs to be careful about the bacteria to keep it from spreading. So this is great for that. And I literally use just water, so I'm just going to dip it. So just gentle circular motions. It's literally it right here. If you want to remove some of your makeup, you can. Very gently. And that's it. So step 2 is pretty simple too. So I'm going to show you this. This is hydrogen peroxide, which I'm sure you have in your, whatever kit, especially if you have kids, as a cleaner. So this is amazing because hydrogen peroxide, so when we get acne, what this does is it dries out whatever, any pimple that comes up. Plus there's a little bit of bacteria help in there. It helps clean the bacteria out. Plus it lightens and brightens. So if you have any scarring or you're getting any layering, like you get a pimple and then you get one in the same spot and it starts to scar and look red, this literally bleaches it. And it's amazing. The other step that I do, so I'm using that on a cotton pad right now, so I just did the hydrogen peroxide. And this right here is the generic brand. It's antiseptic skin cleanser. It's what they actually use to scrub their hands before surgery. However, I just use a drop of this in conjunction with the hydrogen peroxide. And what this does is this adds even more, it kills the bacteria even more. So if you're really struggling with a breakout, I would recommend doing this. This is not hydrating to the skin by any means. So if your skin is not, you could maybe use it around that time of the month if you needed it, or if you just had a major breakout. Or I use it all the time just for prevention for me, but it's not necessary. You could just use the hydrogen peroxide. And I cannot wait to hear about how that works for you because it has really been a life changer. I used to be just inflamed red all through here and it's gone now, which is awesome. So that's step 2. That's technically your toner. So we're going to move on to step 3, which is just simply moisturize. I think it's really important. So I worked in lots of, I was in the makeup world. I worked around a lot of counters. I've seen and touched and tried a lot of products. And the women that had the most beautiful skin would come in and say, I would ask them, well, what are you using? And they'd be like, oh, just a bar soap. I haven't really gotten into any skincare or makeup. And I just think that's so interesting. I think what I've learned is retaining your natural moisture in your skin is the most beneficial thing you can do. I believe it helps with anti-aging. I think that, we're putting a bunch of junk on our skin that our skin doesn't recognize. So it's important to do something that your body knows, and more natural products are going to do that for you. So this is what I found that I love. Oh, and I will say this too. My skin is dry combination skin, which means I'm dry everywhere except for my T-zone gets a little shiny, but especially in the colder months, I'm very dry. I need a lot of moisture. But you'd never know it because of what I use, because it really hydrates my skin. So this brand, you may have seen it before, Josie Moran. This is 100% pure argan oil. That's all this is. And I've really fallen in love with her line because there's no junk in it at all. And what I've used before, so I use 2 of her products. If you're extra dry, this is her pure argan milk is what it's called. This is her little bottle. I loved it so much I just bought the bigger one because I knew I would use it and it was less expensive. But it literally looks like milk. You need to shake it before you use it. And I liken this, she calls it an intensive hydrating treatment. It is like a serum. So if you've ever used a serum before, a serum binds the moisture to the skin and it allows your moisturizer, or in our case, an oil, to really get the most bang for its buck. Now, if you are more oily to normal, the argan milk might be enough. That just might be all that you need. I find, and I actually may switch to that in the summer when I have a little bit more hydration in my skin. But right now, I love the 2 in combination. And you can find this. I get it at Sephora. But I'm sure I'll check on Amazon to see if it's on Amazon too. But I love it. And it already gives me this great luminosity to the skin. And then step 2 is just the argan oil itself. And it is literally an oil. So I use like probably 2 good-sized drops. And because I have the milk first, it really, you don't need a whole lot. And I love both of these products around my eye area. My forehead gets really dry, so I put a lot in there. And that is it. I have not found it to be any problem with my makeup. I can put my makeup on right over it. It doesn't create a barrier or anything. So yeah, that is my skincare regimen, and I'm gonna put prices, I'm sure already, below so you can know how much everything cost. Obviously, the most expensive thing is probably going to be the argan oil, but it's really not bad in comparison, and you're saving so much by using these other things. It has really been truly so helpful to have just this 3 simple steps to make my skin feel and look its best. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I'd love to hear what you think. I hope that you try it and enjoy your skin being the best that it possibly can be. Thank you so much. Bye.